To round one of the WSK Supermaster Series. Lindblad leads up to the line, and we race! Carnage in the first corner, Lindblad goes round. Oh, can you believe it? Lindblad from pole position is out. Villa leads in the Tibi cut, not for long, because Brando slams it up the inside. The Italians go 1-2, Villa off the circuit, retakes the top spot. Ugo sits there in third, just repeating. Yes, Arvid Lindblad is out. What a sensational start. Lindblad is attempting to restart. There he is in the background. It will not fire. He's out. Villa leads in the Tibi cut from Brando Baduea. Lindblad pushes the Kart Republic away. He's furious. Take a look at this from the start. He goes to the outside. Kamada had no space. Kamada was in the grass, made contact as we lose one of the Ward Racing drivers, meanwhile live on the start-finish straight. What a start. It is Norton Andreasen who has gone round immediately under the bridge. A local yellow only for the moment. They clear the Tony kart off the track. As Brando goes down the inside to take the lead from his countryman. Villa fights back. Ugo down the inside tries to take both the Italians. What a move from the American. Villa from the lead back to second, back to third, and now he's being hounded by the Bulgarian Nikola Zolov. What a start. Andreasen's kart was under the bridge. It has been removed. He's out. Lindblad is out. And also getting caught up in that first lap accident was Joseph Turney. There's Lindblad's kart at the bottom of your screen, the Londoner. Out of the race. Moved down the inside by Kuharczyk. In the arcade kart, goes through, makes up the place. So aggressive is the start. It is the Kart Republics running at 1, 3, and 4. The Tibi kart in second place. It is David versus Goliath here this afternoon, but it's the driver from New York, USA, who goes position 1. He's the WSK Euro Series champion from 2020 in the Sauber Kart Republic. Down into turn 1. Villa in second, sets the fastest lap. He's hooked up here this afternoon. There's Kamada on the back of Baduea. Zolov behind, ahead of Kuharczyk, Mart, Pashovic, Ariel Elkin, Christian Bertuca as the race finally settles down 3 laps in. We have lost Norton Andreasen. We have lost the 2 English drivers, Arvid Lindblad from pole, and unfortunately Joseph Turney caught up in that accident at the first corner as well. So can Kamada go 2 in a row? He sits there in third place. Kuharczyk behind in the arcade kart. A sensational start to the WSK Supermaster Series. As Kamada now, this is ominous. He goes 48.67. He's a 1/10 of a second quicker than the 2 drivers in front of him. Villa hooked up this afternoon on the back of the American. Can he make the move on Ugo Ugochukwu? The Sauber Kart Republic P1. The Tibi kart to the Oak Racing Team KR in third. Then we've got Baduea, Zolov, Kuharczyk, Mart for the Charles Leclerc Lennox Racing Team. Down the inside, making the move. Nicely done by Nikola Zolov, the Bulgarian Lion, now 1 step off the podium. And now the pole goes through on the fastest qualifier as well. Timek Kuharczyk on the inside, he became the outside, he does not lift, makes up the place. Timek now into P5. Ugo, Eduardo, Rafa, another fastest lap for the South American. There is Zola for the DPK Racing Team in the colours of Fernando Alonso. As Brando has not given up on this yet, it's getting messy down into the hairpin. Kuharczyk comes out ahead, Mart around the outside. Martinia Stensone makes up a couple of places, does the Norwegian driver. A couple of places, I should say. Does Martinius, the second-gen racer. His father, Martin Sr., of course, racing in what was then Intercontinental C way back in the 1990s, some 2 decades ago. Sorry to remind you of your age, Martin. Your boy, who is just a teenager, is now closing in on the podium. Martinius Tensone, driving for Ferrari's Formula One star Charles Leclerc, together with Jordan Lennox, the 2012 World Cup winner. Martinius from grid 13 into 7th. So we've passed 1/4 race distance. Kamada, he did this last week. He did not get the best start. Indeed, he was virtually on the grass when he came together with Lindblad, was pushed out wide. Make up your own mind. We don't decide. It's not our decision. And to be perfectly frank, it's irrelevant anyway because Arvid is out. Kamada, certainly not his fault. He was pushed into the grass on that corner. Did not get a good start, but he's got the speed. He's in 3rd place. He did this last week on the back of Eduardo Villa. The Kart Republic's 1-3, the Tibi Kart in 2nd. His famous manufacturer, we told you about Ben Horstman's exploits when he won the 1995, was it? Yes, it was, 1995 Oceania Championships back in Formula A. That was back in the day, 100cc, 20,000 RPM, with what was then a unique 4-bearing chassis, as Rafa goes down the inside and takes 2nd place. Too easy from the Brazilian. The Tibi Kart that we were just speaking of, incidentally, that 4-bearing chassis does live on. The original Oceania Championship winning car does live on in 100cc historic racing in the land down under. And the Tibi Kart still on the podium in 3rd, but Rafa Kamada has just picked off the Italian. He did this last week. He's doing it again. Ugo Ugachuka will check the times. Last time, a 48.5. And Kamada, well, virtually identical. But he's already put a kart length between himself and the Italian. There is Nikola Zoloff in 4th place. Senses a podium is on offer here this afternoon as well. Martinius, he's just put in the purple sector. Stensone in position 7, down through the chicane. Not even half race distance yet. Ugo under the bridge, just under 130 k's an hour. The Kart Republics, they go 1-2. He throws it down into turn 1. Ugo, the gap is 0.3 of a second, a 48.3 versus a 48.4 for Rafa. You know what's coming. He's catching him. He will make the move for the lead at some point in the next few laps. I may not need to put an S on the end of the word lap because it might be before we get to the start-finish line this time around. Kamada's right there. He will pounce as soon as he's within striking distance. Here's an opportunity into the hairpin. Too far back. There's Zoloff in 4th. We go back to Kuharczyk. Down through the chicane. Timix ahead of Brando, incidentally, and Martinius still in P7. He gets the slipstream down the straight into turn 1. Both powered by the Iami. Eduardo Villa, he's got a TM power plant as Ugo runs wide. Watch into turn 3. There's an opportunity, like a cat playing with a mouse. The South American on the back of the North American. The Brazilian on the back of the driver who's flying the stars and stripes here this afternoon in the north of Italy. Into the 10-meter wide sweeper. Villa, he's catching back up. If it's a messy move, the Italian will be back to take 2nd place. There's Zoloff catching as well. What a race here this afternoon. The WSK Supermaster Series here at Adria. Now he gets the toe. Ugo knows it. He'll be able to hear him. He'll be able to see him in his peripheral vision. Does he close the door? He doesn't need to because he's too quick. For the moment in turn 2, runs wide, does Ugo. Down the inside, you know it's the boy from Brazil who's done it again. He's gone through to take the lead. Villa, he's not out of this either. What a race, the WSK Supermaster Series here at Adria Karting Raceway. Kamada looking to go 2 weeks in a row. Ugo back to 2nd. There's Villa in 3rd, trying to make it 2nd again. Into the hairpin, too far back. Zoloff, he's catching the both of them, as is Kuharczyk in the Kubica Kart in P5. Rafa across the line. The gap, we'll watch it. It's 0.3 of a second. Watch Villa. Can he take second place? Indeed, he can. Down the inside. Nicely done by the Italian. The Tibi kart splits the KRs. He's back in P2. A rocky ride for Ugo on the exit of the third corner. Jumping, bouncing on the grip here this afternoon at Adria. Superb drive from Eduardo Villa. He came from mid-pack to finish in P5 in this race in 2020, which incidentally was won by Pedro Hilbrand, who we'll see in action later on this afternoon in the KZ2 final. Down through the chicane, under the bridge. The gap last time, 0.3 of a second. We'll check it right now. Half a second. Obrigado, says Rafa. He's on his way to victory. 7 laps to the checkered flag. He won the WSK Champions Cup. He's gone purple last time round in the second sector. There's Ariel Elkin going through, incidentally, still driving superbly. Ahead of Artem Severukian, Marcus, and Evan Giltau. So while we've been watching the battle for the lead, you can get a glimpse in the background of the karts littered around the circuit. Bertuca is out, Charlie Wirtz is out, Iribe Chichka, Christian Ho, Marlon Hernandez, the Mexican, Jesse Carrasquedo, Nicola Lacorte is out, Norton went out on the second lap, and of course Arvid and Joseph right there on that corner, only a few seconds after we went green. It's a kart park on the infield. The gap, 0.6 of a second, a 48.265. For Rafa Kamara. He won last week, and he's looking to go 2 weeks in a row. There's Karol Pashovic fighting with Marcus Kayak and Michael Paparo. Seb Grav in the background. Having a good run is the Dane behind Callum Bradshaw. From the back of the grid, the reigning world champion up into 19th. After that crash in his first heat yesterday, he ended up against the fence there in the background. He was okay, the kart was not. But it has been a weekend to forget in general for the driver from Leicester. Qualified fastest for the World Championships at PFI in England back in 2017. 3 years later, he took the big one in Portimao in Portugal. Here this afternoon, he's in 19th position. There he is. Speaking of green karts, Eduardo Villa has pulled away from Ugo in second place. 3/4 race distance. Rafa looks good. Kamada, the Oka racing team from Brazil. The karts littered in the background around the circuit here at Adria. Michael Paparo going through. Marcus Kayak for the Ward Racing Team. Good drive from the Estonian. 1 place outside the top 10 as Villa throws the Tibi kart down through the chicane. Kamada, the gap, 0.7 of a second. He's not running away with it. Maybe he's walking away with it. Either way, it is comfortable for the South American. The Oak Racing Team, as we mentioned, it is a Kart Republic powered by an IAMI. But ORT racing in the Brazilian Stock Car Championship. Yes, the V8 powered Stock Car Championship down in South America. Fabulous series that is as well. A strong connection to international WSK karting for so many of the drivers. We think of the likes of Gaetano Di Mauro, who's raced with us in WSK in the past. Also Gabriel Bortoleto, of course. And now their boy Rafa. 3 laps from victory, 4 kilometers to be precise, as he goes under the bridge now. It was 0.7 of a second. Now it's 0.9. We'll call it 1 second. There's Timek going through. Heda Brando, Ariel Elkin, Severukian, Michael Paparo, Marcus Kayak, Karol Pashovic, that's Evan Giltau and Rini Cella, Malik, Morgato, Coluccio, Lystra, Bradshaw, Seb Grav, Emo Fittipaldi ahead of his countrymen, Oxmeninos do Brasil, Emo and Ricardo, 2 of the 4 Brazilians here in the race this afternoon. Matias Morgato in P16, and you know, position 1, it's Rafa. Ugo starts to close in on the back of Eduardo Villa. He looks really good down through the chicane. He can just put the 257 exactly where he wants the Italian. Less than 2 laps remaining. The gap 1.2 seconds. A 48.09. He's 0.3 of a second quicker than the other drivers who are trying to chase him down. It's all off in the background. It looks as though the Bulgarian lad will miss the podium for the Spanish DPK racing team here this afternoon. The KR's split by the Tibi card, although Ugo, last year's WSK Euro Series champion, tries to change that and at least make it a KR 1 and 2. Rafa comes across the line. It's the last lap board now. He won last week the WSK Champions Cup. He's looking to go 2 weeks in a row here at Adria Karting Raceway. Villa looks good in second place. Then it's Ugo and Zoloff, a place off the podium. The gap 1.3 seconds. Just a few corners remaining. Turn up the volume, you know what's coming. He goes into the sweeper for the final time. Into the hairpin, he won the WSK Champions Cup 1 week ago. That checkered flag is about to wave. O menino do Brasil, the boy from Brazil, Rafa Camara wins here at Adria for the 2nd week in a row for the Oak Racing team. A fabulous drive to take victory in round 1 of the WSK Supermaster Series. Villa superb on the podium in 2nd, and the American Ugo takes the final step here this afternoon.